Hi, Jamie.
Hola, 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 however, whatever I was saying, hola. There
So
was too much going together with that.
this is not TV related, but Jamie guilted me into watching Coyote Ugly for the first time, and she was very unhappy with my review, which I don't understand because it's still a very positive review. I had a lot of fun watching it.
I don't feel like a 3.5 is where, that's like the best movie. For, like, genre wise, that's the best movie. You can't tell me there's another movie out there that could top that movie with, like, a similar storyline.
I'd have to think about it, and I should have thought about it all week. Why I was prepared because I knew you were
Yeah.
going to bring that up, and
No,
I
I didn't
didn't.
bring it up. You did.
Well, I mean, if I hadn't brought it up, you were going to bring it up.
Maybe. I don't know. You might could have gotten away with it.
It was a good movie. I need to watch more John Goodman stuff because I forgot John Goodman was that heavy.
Um, he's come a long way since, like, the 90s.
Hmm. But
But
yeah,
it's
he was
also
a pretty
hard to
big
believe how
guy.
long ago the 90s were.
Wasn't that long ago.
It kind of was.
Was not that long ago, Jamie.
In a way, it feels like yesterday, but in reality, it was almost 40 years ago.
Ugh. Stop it. Why do you hate me? It was not 40 years ago.
No, it was 35 years ago, actually.
I was out of high school when Coyote Ugly came out.
My child just turned the light off in here.
I
There it
can't
goes.
tell.
Back on. They turned it
Oh,
back on. Yeah.
yeah, you look the same.
Well, the
What you doing?
computer's
How's
gonna.
your week?
What?
How's your week?
It's been long.
Yeah, it
I feel
has.
like my weekend feels more like a week versus like the weekend. It's exhausting,
Yeah,
really.
the weekend is worse than the week. Sometimes it's crazy. Um,
Well, honestly, like the weather in Georgia has been so crappy and just constant rain that that doesn't help with anything. So it makes it seem longer. It's been
did
dark and
you?
mellow.
Plus, it's weird not having weekly shows on right now.
That's very true.
Have you? Did you finish season one of Missing Persons Unit?
Yes. Yes. I'm on season 2. I'm
I like.
like I think I might be halfway through season 2.
Yeah, you know how to binge. I think you're the best binger that I know because you also are almost done with season two of Yellowjackets, and it's a very short amount of time.
Yeah. Isn't there only like 10 episodes of Yellowjackets?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm about through 2 then. I
Okay.
think I'm at least halfway through.
I am
Which is
halfway
crazy because
through.
those are like super long episodes.
Yeah, I am halfway through three right now. So we'll wait. We
So
won't
far
talk too
behind.
much about it, but
Yeah,
it
we'll
is
do it the next time so Autumn can do it too.
it is a wild show.
No, like Joe last night, he said something about the show. He was like, "Well, do you like it?" And I said, "Honestly, if it wasn't for Jason and Autumn and like getting on here and having to talk about it, I said I don't think it's a show I would have ever watched ever." And I was like,
Are
"It's
you
weird.
enjoying it or not?
I don't hate it, but it's one of those shows that like it's really weird. It like the eating people and stuff that's weird to me, but the rest of it, I'm like, I gotta know what happens
I know you're
because
like
the suspense
the
of it.
earlobe, ew, and I'm like,
Yeah, no, that
I
was
don't know.
like I wasn't expecting it. I mean, I guess in terms of like their scenario and the situation they were in, you're kind of forced to do things like that. And ultimately, you can't really judge on something that you haven't been in because you don't understand the situation. And if you are starving and there's nothing to eat, plus it's winter, which means even if you wanted to be vegan, you couldn't do it because everything's dead. So you really don't have a lot of options. But my mind, I don't think my mind was prepared for that. And then I was just like, "Oh my god, that is so gross."
Yeah, and I
So
texted
gross.
you. I said it just makes me hungry watching the show.
Yeah, no. I love how they like, "Hi." I
I
love how they set it up with like this elegant dinner buffet that it kept kind of like flashing to take like the nasty out of it, I guess. I guess that's what they were trying to do. But no, yeah, it was there's a lot in that show.
yeah, I agree. I like season three the second best. Season one is my favorite so far, but I'm digging three so far. It's wild. The show is wild, and I love it. I
Yeah.
I don't know if I would have watched it either without the recommendations.
Yeah, it's one of those that just kind of I don't know, somebody has to tell you to watch it and then you're like, okay, let's see what the hype is about. But then you get stuck into the hype because there's so much. I feel like, honestly, it's a show that I think they could have done like the full first season. They could have even made it 2 seasons of like what happened 20 years ago, and then did a time jump after the storyline versus the back and forth. I usually don't like shows like that because it just gets too confusing, and like you want to know so much about what they're talking about in this one particular time space, and then they jump again and it's like, fuck, I gotta remember where it was at. But like for this one, I want to know current day. There's so much current day crap going on. And honestly, I really thought Jackie was going to come out of that, and then that's the one they ate. And I'm like, dadgum, really? Like, I wanted to see what current day would be like for them in the scenario and the love triangle that they were in. But here we are.
Here we are.
We'll get to that at some point.
Yeah, I'm sure. I have some suspicions because, we find out that more are alive as the show progresses, and I'm curious to see if anybody pops up in 3 because I have some suspicions that certain characters might still be alive.
Right.
But we'll find out, guys. Do you watch Stranger Things?
I love Stranger Things. I did not watch the new trailer that you had sent. But no, I love that show.
Well, good, because I have it right here for us to talk about.
Oh, sweet. So like I get to do a live thoughts of it.
Yeah. So it's old footage to begin with. Season 4 was my favorite of the show so far. So cinematic. Felt like watching a bunch of mini movies.
Yeah. So we can talk about it.
We gotta talk as much through it too as we can because we don't get flagged by freaking Netflix. I'm sure they won't flag it though. Will Byers, that kid has suffered.
Oh, that's not.
I mean, that haircut they made him wear last year, probably worse than anything else that's happened to him.
Everything changed.
Yeah, Netflix definitely won the evening last night.
We failed. But we need to be ready.
Mm-hmm. I'm so glad they're not making us wait a long time.
So is that going to be like the series finale?
Yeah. This is it.
Oh, damn.
It's been 3 years.
Run!
Interesting.
I'm so glad they didn't do what Cobra Kai did to us and make us wait August and November and then like April. I'm so glad it's like 2 weeks, 2 weeks, 2 weeks.
It's crazy that they're doing it on Christmas, but it's also very smart because people are sitting at home and they're gonna like it's almost because it said November. What?
November 26th, which I think is Thanksgiving.
That's Thanksgiving. So Thanksgiving, Christmas, and then New Year's. It's all the big holidays that people are sitting home, minus like New Year's. But oh yeah, it was smart. People are just gonna be sitting there eating and watching it.
Of course. Because you don't want it to be spoiled.
No, absolutely not. That's one of those you've got to, because it will instantly be everywhere. When you come in July, we should go look at some of the places they filmed because it was filmed here.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, so the trailer park, one of my friends from middle school and high school, like she was my best friend for a very long time. She actually grew up in the trailer park there.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. It's crazy.
That's cool. Yeah, I want to do that for sure.
And they have a store in Jackson, so maybe like 15, 20 minutes-ish, maybe 30, depending on where you stay. That is the Stranger Things store, and they always have like the van out there. We'll have to take you. Super cool. Yeah, I haven't been actually, but I know where it's at.
That is a show Kylie and I watched together, so that would be something really fun to do when we go down there.
Yeah, because her birthday too.
And I got one more trailer to watch, and I'm excited for this show too. And it's only like a month away. I am always glad to see Michael Stahl back as Dexter.
Only in New York.
You said you did watch New Blood, right?
The second one, yeah.
It's from a few years ago.
told me, you have to go through hell to achieve resurrection. Hallelujah.
Dexter, it's like seeing a ghost. Chief Bishop told me that you were alive. She said that you were the Bay Harbor butcher.
That's funny. Like, I can get the hell out of here.
What better place to hide?
This is the greatest city in the world.
Where nobody knows who you really
So
are.
now he's going all over.
More about your friends.
Crater likes to own things.
He's got to hide from angels.
Time to meet the man of the manor.
Welcome. I cannot express how excited I am to meet you. You really like serial killers.
Yeah.
Pride myself in finding the best of the best in every field.
Let's show and tell, baby.
Neil Patrick Harris looks so different.
Only New York.
Tonight's the night.
This is one of my favorite shows.
Invitation delivered.
I've got to Google her.
Uma Thurman. She was in Kill Bill. I'm trying to think of what you might have seen. Ghost Girl. No, she wasn't in that. Pulp Fiction.
What do you think?
Okay, guys, we're gonna have plenty to talk about this summer because there's so much stuff coming out. Georgia and Jenny is out this week,
What day?
the 5th, I believe.
Sweet. I'm gonna be on it, like white on rice for real.
Yeah, me too.
I'm gonna have to finish it before I go to the beach.
Yeah, and hopefully we can review it before you go to the beach.
Yeah, we might have to have like a super special like let's get on it. Yeah.
Absolutely. Because
I'm gonna binge the crap out of that.
yeah, the 5th. What day is the 5th? That's Thursday? Oh yeah, I can finish it
Yeah.
on Thursday. I'll start and finish it. It's like 8 episodes.
Is
I don't
that
think
it?
they're long, right? They're like 30 minutes.
No, they're at least like 45, I think.
Okay, well, that's still
Yeah.
less than 8
I mean,
hours.
it's not any longer than Yellowjackets. Unless they have like, I don't think they would do a 2-hour thing. Netflix doesn't usually do that, so. Man,
Yeah.
I can't wait, but I'm sad it's only so little though.
Yeah, I mean, it might be 10 episodes. I don't think what did the other seasons have?
That I don't recall.
No,
It's been a
either.
while. I feel like it's more than 8 though.
I'm checking. Oh, it looks like 15. That's not
Oh,
right.
gee. No, that sounds about right.
All right, hold on.
I would be happy if it was like 20. I mean, I wouldn't finish it by Sunday, but I would be happy with it.
Okay, 10 episodes in a season is what they usually run.
That sucks. Yeah, I'll finish it by Sunday.
They have season 3 and 4 on IMDb. I guess they have a 4th season planned.
They've got to, I'm sure. I mean, it's too good of a series. Like and it's got a lot of hype behind it. So they would be dumb to not continue to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think Netflix is that dumb. Personally. I think they're pretty smart in a good bit that they do.
Yeah. So I have a list here of 100 shows from 2024. I'm going to get to that in just a minute. I do want to review The Last of Us and Handmaid's Tale since they both wrapped and it's the biggest shows on television. You can't not
Your
talk
favorite
about them.
shows.
The Last of Us, what a finale. It just went black. It was only 7 episodes and then something major happens and then it just goes black. And I've never seen a season of television like this because usually even in a serialized cliffhanger style show, there is an arc to the season where at the end of the season, some form of the story has wrapped, setting up the next event. Nothing wrapped. There was no wrapping. The show just went black. It almost did. I don't know if you're familiar with The Sopranos ending. I have not seen The Sopranos, but I know The Sopranos ending where, they're all in the dining room and it's setting it up like the main character is going to get killed and then it just goes to black, so you don't really know what happened. It's very
Nice.
similar to this. It just stops. And
So that means you'll come back and watch it, though.
I know, but it's going to be
So
another 2
another
years.
one of those series that we've talked about that the ending has pissed you off. That's one of them, right? Like, did you finally get one that pissed you off?
It didn't piss me off per se. It made me more. I wanted more in that moment.
And that makes you angry. That makes me angry. Like, just that little bit more can change the whole like mindset of an ending.
Absolutely. So yeah, guys, go watch The Last of Us. It was really, really good. If you like the zombie show genre, this is definitely top tier. And then Handmaid's Tale was really good. So Handmaid's Tale has a spinoff coming out. So I knew they can only wrap up so much because the story is obviously going to continue in another series. And so because I knew that going in, I wasn't disappointed that a lot of characters didn't get their wrap up. And I'm okay with it. It as kind of an homage to the book where the main character is in her head writing the story that becomes the Handmaid's Tale book and her, story. And I liked it. It's a good show. It is a good show. I'm never going to watch it again because it's one of the most depressing series I have ever watched in my entire life. And I don't need to do it again. But it's really good. Like, I'm going to watch the spinoff because I hate myself, apparently. And yeah.
So that, like, I don't watch Handmaid's Tale, so I can't say a lot as far as like that show itself goes. But I have seen where, I don't know why it's doing feedback like that.
You're fine.
I have seen where SWAT got picked up for the spinoff, but they're only using Hondo and not using the rest of the characters. So one of the actors, he had made a post about that on social media, and I'm sure he's not the only one out of everyone from the series that is upset about not being brought in to that spinoff, because it wasn't one person that made that show a show. It was the whole squad. So they feel some type of way about that because they feel like they should have been brought on. And I kind of agree.
Absolutely.
I know with spinoffs you can't bring everybody, because in which case it's just the same damn show. But just taking one person, I don't know. I don't know if I'll be able to watch it. Although we already know my obsession.
You're gonna watch it. She's gonna watch it.
I do like having the rest of the cast too, even if not all, a few of them. Well, definitely they're all gonna be missed, but some of them are gonna be more missed than the others.
Yeah, she's gonna watch it, guys. But it's a shitty thing, because if you're gonna make a spinoff of the show, why did you cancel it to begin with? Is my question. It doesn't make any sense. But the fact that some of the cast is speaking out, like, why aren't we involved with this, might help them get involved with it. So fingers crossed for you, because I know you really like this show.
Yeah, I do. And I haven't even started the last season because I don't really want it to end. And so I just kind of, Steve, I just want to be able to have it as long as I possibly can for the moment, until there's something else that is equally as good.
Steve is the first surprise birthday party that I've ever successfully been a part of. Kylie almost got me, and the only reason I was onto it is because I saw my friends walking into the event as I was pulling up.
Yeah.
And then I was a little suspicious because she suddenly became friends with my friends on Facebook. But Steve genuinely was shocked, because he gets there, he sees Autumn. He's like, "Hey, Autumn, how are you?" And then he turns to the left and he sees all these people, and you can just see the look of shock on his face.
See, that's perfect.
Yeah, I was glad to be there too, Steve.
Yeah, he was. I was sad.
Yeah. Jamie will be there next time.
He said next time?
Yeah, the next Steve surprise party. If he's at home again.
Now you've told him. Yeah, that's what I told Lily earlier. I was like, "Did you see Steve is gone again?" She was
I told him,
no.
I said, if you're gonna make it to Connecticut on time, you need to
go ahead and leave.
You need to leave your house now.
That's kind of true.
And we love you too,
Good
buddy.
for him, though. Good for him.
Mhm.
He gets to explore the world and still work and be happy. You know, that's all you can ask for.
So,
Doing what you love.
But yeah, and see, I with SWAT being canceled, the selfishness in me was kind of hoping that he'd go back to Criminal Minds because I know that there was whispers of that.
I
Because
feel like it was more than just you that wanted that too.
a lot of people want it because the new
Yeah.
Criminal Minds spinoff is so good. And this spinoff, they brought everybody back except for him, but he had already left, before
Yeah.
the show initially ended. But yeah, I wanted him to come back really bad.
So with that spinoff, can you watch it without watching like all the rest? Because there's a crap ton of Criminal Minds. I don't think I could ever catch up.
That you could watch it without watching the rest. It is one of the best serial killer cop shows ever. It is dark too. Like they'll go
Nice.
there.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to do that one because I've seen Criminal Minds, but I haven't seen Criminal Minds as a whole. So
Mhm.
I don't want to have to like start from the beginning and start over because that's too much.
No, they do a good job of bringing you back into it without having seen it. I think
Nice.
Amazon used to have it as its own thing, but I think now they have it as seasons 17, 18, and 19 because it used
I
to
gotcha.
be Criminal Minds Evolution season 1, 2, and 3, but I think they've combined it.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, it's like Law and Order of dark shows. It's been on forever.
That
right.
yeah, no doubt.
So in lieu of our top 5 this week, I found this. And I'm
I
curious.
am not doing a top 5 this week,
Have
but you can.
I don't have one. Have you looked at this yet?
Okay, I have it pulled up on my computer because I knew you said you've seen like 20 something of them.
Mhm.
And I was like, I really haven't looked through it enough to get. You just started like the old Criminal Minds or the new one, Steve? I haven't went through to see how many of them that I have watched, but just looking at it, scrolling, I'm like, oh my God, I think I might have topped you with, and which is surprising because you watch a lot, but you were at like 26, right?
Yeah,
Just
I
at
was.
quick glance, I think I've probably seen more.
Okay, so we've watched Tracker. We've talked about Tracker on here. We've talked about Reacher. High Potential is a show. You said you liked Psych, didn't you?
Yeah.
You should watch High Potential. It's about a single mother who has, the gift of seeing things the cops miss, almost like Sean Spencer in Psych. And she gets a job as a consultant at the police department, and it's actually pretty good. And then,
Nice.
between me and you, we've probably seen a lot of this list. And then I watch Matlock and you watch Landman.
God,
And
you still haven't watched that, have you?
now, have you watched Monsters, the Lyle and Eric Menendez story?
No.
Yeah, that story is wild.
I've seen The Night Agent. Have you watched The Night Agent?
I have not.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so we both need to like make a list from this list and watch because it's really good. I love The Night Agent, and the new season of that's coming out soon too. So it's a good time for you to jump on and get in so you can like be on the new season with me.
Okay.
Just throwing that out there.
I will try to do that. I don't know what American Prime Evil is.
Yeah, I don't either. I think I've seen something about it, but I don't think I've watched it. We've obviously watched Running Point because we've talked about that.
That's such a good show.
If you have not seen it, you guys should go watch it. It's very, very good. Even if you don't like basketball, it's a great freaking show.
I want to see The Residence because everybody has recommended it to me.
Yeah. Well, that one has been on my list to watch anyways because of the trailer alone. I like it. So yeah, that's one of mine too.
I might watch that after I finish Yellowjackets.
I'm gonna print this list off when we're done so I can like highlight. God, this is so much, so much.
A Man on the Inside. Did you watch that with Ted Danson, where he goes undercover in the nursing home?
I don't think so.
That's good. It was on Netflix. And then Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage, which I keep forgetting to talk about this show on here because Riley and I watch it. It's the spinoff to Young Sheldon. It's about Sheldon's brother and his marriage to his first wife, obviously, it's the name of the show. But
Lily loves that show too.
It is really funny. They went back to doing a laugh track like they had on the Big Bang Theory, but it's really funny. I like the
Landman is
throwback.
amazing. It's one of my like top favorites for sure.
Yeah. I need to. Billy Bob Thornton is just so good on television. I have not seen Ghosts. I've heard things about Ghosts.
Who plays in that?
I don't even know. I've just heard about it. I don't think I've ever seen like a preview or anything for it.
I can't
Yellow-
believe freaking Miss Rachel made it on here, but I'm not a Yellowstone person. I haven't watched that. A lot of people love that show, but I haven't seen it. And 1923 goes with that. It's like the spinoff or like the not spinoff, but it is spinoff because it's about how like leading up to Yellowstone. So I obviously haven't seen that either.
Yeah, I love White Lotus, and I have not seen the new season. Shame on me because that's a really good show. I know our friend Peter was telling me how good the new season of White Lotus is. I've talked about Elsbeth. We don't need to get into that. Will Trent,
Yeah.
911 obsessively. Do you start watching it?
I did not start it yet, but that is on like that's on my list. I'm trying to finish up oh goodness. I need to finish up The Equalizer and I'm almost completely caught up with that. And so that's one of my ones that I'm starting after this. But so I was trying to finish Equalizer and the Missing Persons Unit because Missing Persons Unit is like my show that I watch by myself. So I'm like, when I'm done with that, that's when I'm picking up another one. And I think I'm almost done with it too. I'm almost through with season 2, and there's 3, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
They're
so-
short though. They're only 10 episodes. I wish
Yeah,
that they would
no.
stretch it out a bit, but
I feel like
I
they
guess
could.
do it.
We
They
can at
absolutely
least
could.
talk about the first season of that one. I'm down to talk about that.
We can talk about that here after we do this list for sure.
Yeah.
No Good Deed was really good. That's the one with Kristen Bell. No, that's not the one with Kristen Bell. That's the one with Ray Romano and Lisa Kudrow. That show was really good. It was really funny. And I don't like Ray Romano as a general rule. But yeah, that was a chaotic show. Shifting Gears with Tim Allen. Did you ever start that?
I did not. I told you I wanted to though, just because I love Tim Allen, Santa Claus for me. But no, that's been going around social media too with that show. So that's definitely one I want to start.
Yeah, it's got a good cast. Sean William Scott from American Pie and Kat Dennings. I like it. I like it a lot. People give Tim Allen shit because of his political beliefs or whatever, and he does put them in the show. But the thing I've always liked about Tim Allen, even though I wasn't a huge fan of Last Man Standing, is that he's not a one-sided guy. Like if he's going to talk one thing, he's going to put it all in there so everybody can have a voice. And it's one of the things I appreciate about him. I'm a huge Tim Allen fan. Huge Tim Allen fan. I'm not even like embarrassed to say that.
I've seen NCIS, but not like full version of NCIS, but I have watched it. FBI, obviously, I'm a little bit behind, but I freaking love that show too. And then the Lincoln Lawyer, we all know I'm obsessed with him. Obsessed with him. Yes.
Yeah, literally, that like so good.
I think, dude, it's a great show. I love it.
It is so good. And that finale, oh my God.
Yeah.
I can't wait till the new season starts so we can talk about it on here.
That better be in there like coming out soon.
I hope so.
Netflix needs to get it together.
This is a whole run of things I don't watch. You can't watch Chicago Fire, FBI, NCIS, Law and Order. It gets exhausting.
Yeah, I used to watch Chicago Fire. That one's pretty good, actually. Virgin River, hands down, fabulous show. Love that freaking show, especially for girly pops. Girly pops would love that show. I feel like you said, Chicago PD, Fire. Those you kind of have to watch together if you're gonna watch it. Fire Country, top notch.
I need to watch. I need to start it.
Gosh. I've been talking about that since like the very first episode, I think. Fire Country is where it is at. I love that show.
I need to watch it. We are very similar when it comes to these things.
You really do. Paradise is another one that I've seen on Hulu trailers just randomly pop up.
You haven't seen Paradise? It is so good. I think is that the first show Autumn recommended to me? I think it is. Yeah, it's so good.
Tulsa King, we know my obsession with that one too. It's not as good as like Landman personally, but I do like that show.
I love Law and Order SVU. I can't start an episode and not finish it, even if I've seen it before.
I feel like I've seen The Diplomat, Survivor, and The Voice. That's like, I don't really get into those too much. I used to watch The Voice. If I was going to choose at this going rate, I think I would do American Idol over The Voice. But I also haven't watched that either.
Now, I don't think I've watched American Idol since Simon Cowell, Paula Abdul, and Randy Jackson, who
Oh
looks
my
weird.
God. No, that's a long, long, long time ago. But
Yeah.
I kind of like it with the current setup. But I haven't
I don't even
watched
know
it
who
in
this
a
is.
couple years anyways. The Equalizer, I literally talked about that like 35 seconds ago.
Have you watched Only Murders in the Building?
No.
Oh, you got to add that to your list. It is so good. Huge Cobra Kai fan here. I cannot wait to see the new Karate Kid movie.
Say that.
The Penguin was really good. Dr. Odyssey. I wanted to watch Dr. Odyssey. I'm surprised it's in this top 100 because I'm pretty sure did they get canceled?
I was gonna say canceled. Maybe not.
Top 100 and it got canceled.
Are you Googling it?
Yeah. Trying to see what we got here. Maybe it wasn't canceled yet. It's still hasn't been decided yet.
Has not officially been.
Yeah, that's wild. Especially like we're looking at it right here in the top 100. Doc.
Doc is that's enough. Like that's a favorite of both of ours. That is a great one. Was The Voice on here twice, or did I just like?
Yeah, the first night and the second night.
Oh, that's dumb. It's the same show, so it shouldn't have two slots on here.
It's based on ratings.
Outer Banks, I love that. I have not watched the current season, just because that's another one of those shows that you have that limited amount of episodes and then you're done until the next one. So I'm waiting at the current moment. I already talked about American Idol. SWAT, we know I'm absolutely obsessed with SWAT. I've started watching the NCIS in Sydney, but they canceled the freaking Hawaii, so I don't know if I want to continue Sydney and that get canceled too. Have you watched Dancing with the Stars?
I have not. Max's dad loved Dancing with the Stars.
I used to watch it a long time ago. I have not watched it, but seeing 911 Lone Star underneath that really pisses me off because if you have a rating that good, why cancel it?
Yeah, it's wild.
Why would they do that? And that is higher up than Grey's Anatomy, and Grey's Anatomy is still on TV. So please tell me why Lone Star and Rob Lowe are no longer. That really hurts my feelings. Really hurts my feelings.
I watched
They
Beast
need to get
Game.
together.
I'm a sucker for Mr. Beast videos, and his game show was very mean, and I loved every second of it. Yeah, I watched Law and Order. Good American Family. We both want to watch that. I don't think either one of us have watched that.
No, I almost started that the other day, but y'all kept yelling at me about freaking Yellowjackets. So I was like, screw it. I'm going to go watch Yellowjackets. So if Yellowjackets is not as good as that, I'm cursing you both.
Yellowjackets and Last of Us is what I've been on you about watching.
Yeah, well, I'm almost done with Yellowjackets, so. But I think we should jump on The Good American Family since that is like new. So it's short season, I think. And then we could talk about it. I think that would be a good idea.
Absolutely. I watched The Neighborhood.
God, so many of these. I feel like I've seen The Recruit. I feel like I
have too.
But I could be off of that.
Found was canceled. Stupid.
Yeah.
People.
And then
it's in the top 100.
My child has been watching Love is Blind. I have not watched that, but The Floor, we've talked about that this whole season. So we do like that. I haven't seen On Call, but I don't really watch a lot of like Prime, like Amazon Prime stuff.
I want to see Pulse.
And then Connors is the new show with your guy that you haven't watched yet. So
I've watched the Connors. I like the Connors a lot because I'm not a big Roseanne fan. So Roseanne without Roseanne was my jam.
For my ear. Yeah, no, that was years ago.
Um, Steve says Yellowjackets is every crazy girlfriend you ever dated or could date. Steve, that's why I'm retired, my friend. That is why I'm retired. And since my retirement from dating, my life has been amazing. So highly recommend it to anybody out there.
I mean, to be fair though, like, look at the crap they went through. I think
Yeah.
they have reasons for why they're freaking psychotic, but at the same time, they were crazy before that, obviously, because you don't just, I don't know. The shrooms did not turn them into that crazy. Like, I think it was there, but like something just helped open it up. And then they just went as far as they possibly could with it. That's what I think.
Yeah, a little crazy. They're not all crazy. Most of them are crazy though.
No, they're kind of crazy.
I don't. Natalie's hanging on to her sanity, at least where you're at. The younger Natalie is still kind of
Yeah.
hanging on to it.
Before no, it was before the shrooms, but they like hit it better, you know. Not gonna get my ice on here.
I kind of like having the chat on the screen like that. That's nice. I know Justin's
No, I
gonna
do
hate it
too.
in case somebody puts another like honey buns comment on there because it'll just go through. But
No, like it is cool.
yeah, it's like Missing Persons Unit season 1 because the kid was presumed dead because he went missing for so many years, and then he shows up, or does he?
Okay, when he shows up, did you have suspicion that he wasn't actually their kid?
Of course I did. And Found did a very similar storyline this season, and I had the same suspicion, probably because I had watched this show.
Oh, yeah.
But I absolutely had the suspicion. But how do you not know as a parent? Like, you know, right? You would know if it was your kid.
Well,
but I guess
so
it's been so long.
It's been so long, and your heart has longed for that, and like what you were missing, that with the similarities and stuff, it was just like, oh my God, I got my kid back. And there wasn't question because your heart as a parent longs for that. And you just wait for the day. I think anyone that ever has to deal, and this is just assumptions, but anybody that has to deal with the loss of a child in that form and not knowing whether they're dead or alive, a lot of people have to convince themselves that their kid is dead, or they have to because they don't have any sign of them not or are. But mentally, I think they have to do that to get through with their daily struggles, because if you don't do that, how do you live without searching for your kid every single possible day without convincing yourself they're dead? Because in the process of you hunting for them for years like that, you're probably going to lose yourself. But then all of a sudden they're in your face and you think nothing else of it. You're just like, oh my God, I got my kid back. But then it was the sister that was like, that's not my brother. Which is really sad. And it's really sad they didn't believe her. But also, why would you not tell your parents that to help them have some kind of closure?
They did a good job keeping that mystery throughout the season.
Yeah, they really did. But then for what to happen just kind of blew my mind. That was sad. Like, why did he have to die? Like, they could have just, like, I don't know, maybe let the mom get shot because she was holding him hostage or something. But for him to die, that was sad. Because then, like, she had to, even though she knew at that point it wasn't her kid, it was like losing her kid all over again. And that's traumatizing.
Yeah, absolutely. And I really like Scott Conn. He plays the dad. He was on Hawaii Five-0, and I'm glad that he has this show.
He was on something else too, and I can't figure it out, but I've always liked him. I mean, I could look it up, but I'm not doing that.
I don't know if these movies are too old for you, but he was in the Ocean's 11 movies.
I mean, I think I've seen like one, but yeah. Probably not one I would go back and watch.
It doesn't sound like you would.
No.
All right, everybody. Like, comment, subscribe, all the fun stuff. Follow Jamie at Jamie3312. Follow me at 3J. Anything else, Jamie, before we go?
I don't think so.
All right, guys. Have a great night.
Gotta watch Yellowjackets.